I've watched a lot of bad romance movies. You know the ones I'm talking about. They were written for teenagers, but were actually made by completely out-of-touch Hollywood execs. Your classics. Twilight, The Kissing Booth, and the absolute worst one of them all, After. Now don't get me wrong, there are still a bunch of romance movies that I love to watch and will always go back to for comfort, but when it comes to the teen romance genre in general, it's pretty terrible. So I thought to myself, how do these movies even get made? I'm not asking why they get approved. I'm asking what goes into making them. What do they have in common and what makes them so god-awful? Well, I set out to answer that question and that's exactly what I'm here to do. Here's how to make a teen romance movie. Alright, first of all, let's talk about characters. Let's be honest, not that many teen romance movies out there are vying for representation, so let's go with the tried and true heterosexual white couple. The girl is super quirky. She's awkward and she doesn't have much experience in romance until she meets him. He's a bad boy and a player. The overprotective mom disapproves of him. He probably wears leather because apparently that's the one true sign of rebellion. He's either an alcoholic like Hardin, a stalker like Edward and Hardin, or he just has severe anger issues like Noah and Hardin. It's important to note that they have zero chemistry whatsoever. But that's more the script's fault than anything. I mean, these actors have some really tough lines to work with.
You're like my own personal brand of heroin.
Alright, let's start your film. Do you just want to go right into it? Have the first scene start right away? No. What were you thinking? Every single teen romance movie has to start with narration on top of a montage. Come on now.
I have never been the girl with interesting life. It seems like everyone's life moves a mile a minute while mine just waddles along like a turtle in a race. Everything is always the same for me, but that's to be expected when you're nobody special. God just forgets to make your life exciting. I wake up, get ready, eat breakfast, and walk the same path to school every day, seeing the same people.
Hi, only gay couple in the movie.
But one day, my life changed, and it was all because of one boy.
Next is the meet cute. Your super awesome couple has to find an adorable way to meet, and this can happen pretty much anywhere. A cafe, a classroom, or even just in the middle of the street if you're lazy. The two characters have to bump into each other. That's important. And sticking to what we learned in step 1, the guy has to be an asshole about it until he looks up and sees her beauty. Because that's the true beginning of every single fan fiction you could ever read. Make sure they stare at each other for way too long. This creates fake sexual tension that 13-year-olds can grab onto.
Hey, watch where you're...
Step 3 is the actual romance. Your couple finally got together, but now what? Make the relationship as disgusting as possible. Something real bad that all singles can collectively throw up at. Just turn them into that one couple you know in real life that is absolutely obsessed with each other, but you just know they're gonna implode in like 2 months.
I'm thirsty. I'm gonna get some water.
Don't worry, I'll get it for you.
Thanks, baby.
Of course, honey bear. I would do anything for you.
I don't deserve you.
What?
I'm such a mess. Why do you even like me?
I don't just like you, Hot Pocket. Listen, I have to tell you something.
What's wrong, boo-boo?
Nothing. I've just been meaning to say this for a while.
Say what?
I've wanted to tell you. I was just too scared.
You can trust me with anything.
You know, I haven't been able to put it into words, but I finally understand how I feel.
And how's that?
It's just, I have to say it now before it's too late.
What is it, Pumpkin?
I want to tell you, I just don't want to drive you away.
You can never do that.
You're just so important to me. I just can't hide it anymore.
Hide what?
How I feel. Snuggly boo baby.
Hold that thought.
They have to have deep talks, or what I like to call fake deep. You see it when Hardin talks about silence in that weird lake scene. You see it in every waking moment of the Twilight franchise, and you're no exception. But don't worry, your characters can talk about absolute nonsense, and as long as they say it in the right tone, you can convince any young fan base that they're saying anything important.
You know what I've always been afraid of?
What?
Happiness.
What do you mean?
It's gonna go away. It's nice for a moment, but then you're just sad again. I get my hopes up just for it all to be gone in a moment's notice. I just wish I could hold on to it forever.
But the greatest thing about happiness is that it doesn't last forever.
What do you mean?
Well, in this universe, we're specks. And what are those specks if they last forever?
Wow. I never thought about it that way.
You know, it's moments here and now that matter. It's all about today. That's what makes it forever after all. The ups, the downs, life.
You're totally right. Thank you.
Of course, babe.
Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to be happy, even if I know it won't last forever.
That's great. I'm proud of you.
It's gone! Now's where things get interesting. Every movie needs conflict, but how do you spark problems with a seemingly perfect couple? It's super easy. Just make them argue for the dumbest reason. In most cases, it's some huge misunderstanding that could easily be resolved with simple communication skills, but they end up breaking up anyway. Okay, tell me if you've seen this before. The guy character is talking to another girl, and he hands her something, but we don't get to see what it is. Angry, the girl approaches him and demands answers,
I demand answers.
to which he responds something like,
It's not what it looks like.
or,
I can explain.
but before he actually gets the chance to explain, the girl gets mad and says something like,
I thought you loved me.
and the emotional music starts playing. Oh, and throw in some rain too while you're at it.
I thought you loved me.
I can't believe you don't trust me.
Why should I? You're just a player.
And you're just another girl with daddy issues.
How do you know I have daddy issues?
They all do.
Then they break up.
We're done.
The girl walks away, and the guy just stands there, moping, in the rain. But remember, the guy has issues, so make sure he lashes out.
So angry!
Your couple fought, they're heartbroken, but how do you get your happy ending? Again, it's simple. Allow the guy to explain what happened, and just throw in some romantic bullshit and make it needlessly dramatic. Take note that you're mostly appealing to a female audience, so you're gonna want the guy to apologize for everything, even if you believe he's right.
What do you want?
To apologize.
Okay, fine.
I should have explained myself. That girl I was with, she was my cousin.
Your cousin?
Yeah, she really liked this guy, and she needed my help.
With what?
She wanted to know what love is. I was thinking about it, and it all came back to me. What love is. I've only felt this way with you. That's what I wanted to tell you that day that I got you water. I wrote it all down, and I gave it to her. Now I'm giving it to you. Everything I wanted to tell you is in this note.
Do you really mean that?
Every word.
I'm so sorry. I didn't let you explain. I feel so stupid.
It's my fault. I shouldn't have talked to my family without your permission. I'm so sorry. I love you.
I love you too.
Then just throw in some narration in the end and boom, your very own teen romance movie. Oh shit, wait, I haven't talked about casting. Okay, well this step isn't too important just because you know these people aren't trying that hard to find actors that are
Fucking Trevor!
good. Just don't forget about age appropriate casting because that's something that all these movies do.
How do you know I have daddy issues? Sorry guys, sorry. This isn't working out. Sorry, you're fired.
Are you serious?
Stop.
Do you guys feel like being in a movie?
from the stars. She wore blue velvet, bluer than velvet were her eyes, warmer than May her tender sighs. Love was ours, ours the love I held tightly, feeling the rapture grow, like a flame burning brightly. But when she left, gone was the glow of blue velvet. But in my heart there'll always be precious and warm a memory through the years, and I still can see blue velvet through my tears.
You sure you're okay, dude?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Alright, don't forget your guitar.
For the first time in my life, I'm not holding on to a secret. I should feel the most free, but I've never felt more weighed down. I guess that's just the way shit goes for me.
Harry, can you grab it? Harry, can you grab it? Oh shit! Oh, sorry. Trying to fucking crush me, dude?
Well, maybe if you were a little fucking stronger, this wouldn't be a problem.
So, Harry, you're seriously not going to Katie's tonight?
Yeah, I have to stay home with my mom tonight.
Come on, man. Half the reason she's having this party is to fucking hang out with you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not my vibe. I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
Alright, you're lost then, dude. Alright, let's finish this next set.
Alright, let's do it. Mom, I'm home. Are you drunk?
No way, man. Got this. I'm gonna hook up with Katie tonight.
That's sick, bro. Good work, man.
Your loss, my gains. Love you, Harold.
Yeah, whatever, man. Just go be with your girl.
Hey, no girl will ever come between our friendship. Now say it back.
I'm writing you this message just so I can say that I love you. I had to let you know that everything about me was you. Yeah. I think it's time for me to leave, but I'll never leave you. I just looked at your picture, so the last thing I did was see you. I'm 29.
You have any signal?
I'm fighting with myself and my sobriety every night.
I'm a little short on mine this time, but I found
Twice this week now. Come on. Can't keep doing this for you.
Yeah,
It's the last time, alright?
I'll see you next week.
It's alright. You're gonna cry, and baby, that's alright. It's alright. I wrote you this song to keep when I'm gone. If you ever feel alone, you're gonna cry, and baby, that's alright. It's alright.
Hey Harry, please call me back, man. I've been trying to reach you for days. I need my workout partner back, dude. No, but in all seriousness, like, I miss you, dude. Call me soon.
Harry, I made some extra lunch.
Just leave it at the door.
Ben stopped by. You might want to give him a call.
Yeah, maybe. I'll call him later.
Hey Harry, I tried to call you, but there was no answer, so just came by.
Oh, shit, sorry, my bad.
Don't worry about it. My mom just wanted me to bring you guys some casserole.
Oh, well, come in, man. You must be freezing.
No, actually, sorry. I gotta go. I got Katie waiting for me in the car.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, it was
Alright.
good seeing you, I guess.
I'll see you later, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, bye.
See you.
Who was that?
There's Ben.
I would have liked to say hi to Ben.
Well, you should have opened the door yourself then.
Just me.
Fuck, I thought you were my mom.
She still doesn't know you so.
She doesn't even know what fucking day of the week it is.
So what's up, man? I feel like we barely see each other anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of busy, and I also just like, I assumed you were with Katie the whole time anyways.
Dude, you know I never pick a girl over you. Plus, she wasn't really my vibe either.
You ever thought about, like, just running away, man?
No. Have you?
Yeah, like just running away in the middle of the night and just never really coming back.
No. You can't leave, man. I miss you too much. Plus, anyways, we're like Scotty and Michael, Brady and Gronk, Batman and Robin.
Seriously?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Ben, I didn't, you know this. Ben, you know, I don't know what came over me, man. You know, like, this is not me, bro. Like, you know I wouldn't fucking do anything like that.
my bed. You're not here, and there's no one to blame but the drink and my wandering hands. Forget what I said.
You got anywhere to go?
It's not what I meant.
Yeah, I know it.
And I can't take it back. I can't unpack the baggage left. What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. What if I'm down? What if I'm out? What if I'm someone you won't talk about?
You sure you're okay, dude?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Alright, don't forget your guitar.
I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. You said you cared, and you missed me too. And I'm well aware I write too many songs about you. And the coffee's out at the Beachwood Cafe, and it kills me 'cause I know we've run out of things we can say. What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. What if I'm down? What if I'm out?
This is not me, bro. Like,
What
you
if
know
I'm
I'm
someone you won't talk about? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. And I get the feeling that you'll never need me again. What am I now? What am I now? What if you're someone I just want around?
Hello, old friend. It's me. I'm back again already. Oh, didn't expect me back so soon? Well, you should know at this point that you can't get rid of me so easily. Your buddy, Mr. Anxiety. You met me in high school, and we've been inseparable ever since. Even if you don't want to. How about a panic attack today? I know how much you love those. Let's take it from the top. Welcome to your brain. It's my nest, my home, my favorite place. I know how to pull your little strings like a puppet. I've got my little bag of tricks I can use to feed off of your fears and grow deeper in your fragile little nervous system. Let's go through them again. It'll be fun. Enough. That's better. First, we have the what ifs. I use this one to pump you full of self-doubt and make you fear the worst. It comes in handy when you have too much confidence. It starts with simple questions like, what if I'm a failure? What if I'm destined to be alone? Or better yet, what if I die today? They'll pile up and make a real mess in your train of thought. It makes me so happy to see you go crazy. Get up. We're not done. That's better. Next, I'll make you so confused that even reading a clock will be unbearable. Okay, that's enough now. Next, I'll start poking holes in your sanity. They'll be teensy tiny little holes, but trust me, they'll hurt you nonetheless. Hole after hole after hole after hole. You'll love it, and you'll love me. Finally, I'll take a physical toll on you, friend. I'll take away your breath by restraining your lungs. I'll make your head pound until you can't even open your eyes. I'll make your heart weigh 1,000 pounds so you can't get up no matter how much you try. You'll want me gone, but I'll stay. You'll want me to stop, but I'll keep going. You'll beg, and I won't relieve you of your pain. After all, I live in your brain. But all good things must come to an end. You'll breathe. The pain will go away slightly. You'll be able to think, and I'll go take a nap. But make no mistake, I'll be back, like a bird in the spring or the flu in winter. I'll awake from my slumber and take back control, and we'll do this little dance again, and 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 again. Your old buddy, Mr. Anxiety.
People can be surrounded by many people but feel quite alone if they don't feel a strong sense of connection to them. They can also be surrounded by very few people but not feel lonely at all if those relationships are marked by trust, by open communication, and a sense of real companionship.
The feeling of connecting is like something you can't predict. So when you meet someone, you don't know if you're going to connect with them, and you can just feel it right away. Even if you're not someone who deals with loneliness, everyone feels lonely at one point in COVID because we're also isolated. So it was really good for me, like when we do the group FaceTimes, because it felt like normal times again. So even though we were just talking online, it was really comforting, and that took away the feeling of loneliness. The people you connect with in your life that you feel deeply comfortable around are the people you're going to go to when you're low or when you need support. So if you don't have the people you connect with and it's not like reciprocated, you don't have anyone to go to, you don't feel comfortable going to anybody. So my support group, like my friends, my family, that's like very important.
So during COVID, I worked a lot, which a lot of people were like, oh, you know, you're working during COVID. Honestly, like I'm very happy that I worked during COVID. Make some money as well, but really it was the social aspect of it. up to like the age of 12, you're mostly taught by your parents. You mostly like learn everything by your parents. But after 12, you're mostly shaped by your social group, by your peers, like the people your age. That's where you adopt a lot of your learned behaviors. So already for that, it's important. And then if you talk to adults, I mean, what brings most of the fulfillment in people's lives and more people's principal sources of happiness is their friends, their family, the people, their ability to have social interactions. I mean, like, look at the past year with COVID, right? So, I mean, suicides went up, depression went up, drug use went up, alcohol use went up. People are not happy to stay inside and not be able to see anybody.
So I'm in the Youth and Adult Correctional Intervention Program. This is my second year. So the main thing that they teach you like right off the bat is that you have to build a connection in order to help them and for the process to work, because if they don't, then there's no respect and they won't listen to you and they won't change their ways or their behavior. A lot of it has to do with connection and building a relationship between the social worker and the children to be able to gain trust from them and to help them in their future. A lot of the youth that we see, unfortunately, in the social working field is kids who lacked connection either from parents, siblings, or their peers. Forming a connection like from a super young age and just like a connection in general with people is so important, because that can lead to some bad behavior and they can get on the wrong track and do some reckless behavior in order to gain attention.
There's one lady, because we were getting ice cream cones outside. She was shy and she didn't want to go herself. So I got her an ice cream cone and I brought it to her. And she was so thankful to me. She said, "Oh, thank you so much. You were so nice to do a thing like this." And the joy in her eyes was just something to behold. Being in this retirement place, I like to connect with the people, with my peers. This was about 3 years ago, and 2 new people came in to sit down. I came over to them and I said, "Welcome to this place." And I said to them, "Oh, where do you come from?" They said, "Oh, we come from a place and you wouldn't know where it is." That's the same answer that I give when people ask where I come from, because I come from Prince Rupert, which is a little town on the BC coast near Alaska. And it so happens this man was born in the same hospital that I was born in, and we became very good friends. So you never know the surprises that you get by conversing with strangers.
I spent the past 10 plus years taking care of my parents. When we talk about connection, when we talk about the human impact one can have, very familiar with it, because when you're dealing with the elderly population, the impact is visible. You get to see how it changes their mood. They're not, basically there's no filter really. You see when they're happy, when they're sad, when they're not well. So my mother has dementia, vascular dementia. She understands her surroundings, but there are moments where she is not aware. So it's on and off, and it's very hard to gauge. She was living in a residence, and when COVID hit, it was a complete lockdown and we had no access to her. She was alone with her 4 walls, day in and day out. There was no more reason for her to get out of bed because there was nothing going on. So what we did is at one point we decided to move her out, and we moved my mother into a more home style long-term care. So it's a home run by a lady who is taking care of, well, including my mother, there are 5 women in that home that she's taking care of. And so she's got constant care 24/7, but it's not just the care. It's the attention, that there's always somebody present. She opens her eyes and there's always somebody in front of her, whether it's the caregiver or another one of the residents. Just the quality of life, things that we take for granted, okay, was an amazing revelation for her, because somebody was talking to her, taking the time to see how she was doing. There was music playing. She's happier. Her skin color is better. She's eating better. She's smiling. And it just changed her life around.
Connection means absolutely everything. And it doesn't need to be like serious all the time. It can be super like banal. And just talking to someone like in a car, having a conversation, drinking coffee. It always feels nice to share those moments with others. During COVID, we were kind of imposed to be alone. And there's a distinction between being alone and being lonely. Being alone on a personal level is not a problem. I love it personally. I think it's important for everyone to embrace their solitude and be comfortable by themselves, and just to get to know yourself, because we're so caught up in our daily lives, in school, in work, and we tend to forget like who we are, what are our values, what do we like to do. And then when building relationships with others, I feel it just makes it so much better. Because if individually you're comfortable and you know like your worth, when you combine that with someone else, your energies just, you enjoy it much more.
We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
We're going to talk about COVID-19.
COVID-19. COVID-19.
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
When it comes to beating COVID-19.
When I was a child, I once asked a bemused relative, "Why are there no Jewish elves?" Ever since I was little, I loved stories. Before I could even read, I would memorize the words read to me and flip through the books myself, setting them aside and repeating the process until I made myself a little castle of children's literature. But as I got older, I noticed something strange. While in my day-to-day life I saw people from all sorts of racial and cultural backgrounds, the characters in my favorite books, shows, and films were different, to say the least. And I'm not the only one who noticed. These are just 6 glimpses into the effects Western media's depictions of racial and cultural diversity have on people.
I think as a child, I definitely didn't see a lot of characters that looked like me. I've always had a thing for acting, and I always wanted to be a movie star as a kid, and, not seeing a lot of people that look like you makes you feel like that's not something that's possible,
In recent years, I've seen more representation of Muslims or Arab Muslims. What does it look like? In a lot of our media, most of the time when we're talking about Muslims, they're gonna refer to them as terrorists. Basically, the majority of the time, Muslims are the bad people who have done something horrible.
I find that they represent Indian or Pakistani or brown women, very culturally meek or weak. She's a belly dancer or this maiden who needs to be saved. And a brown man is often a terrorist.
It's hard because a lot of people who are not represented, it's like we don't even think about it anymore, right? We know what we have and we deal with that. And I think that so much has been internalized with us to say, well, this is normal, so we don't even think about it, really.
There's very few media that actually shows Asian or Asian American people just casually just existing out there. Usually when they show up in media, it's because you're the token Asian person. When I do see the token Asian character in a TV show, it kind of dampens my mood just a little bit. So in a weird way, I would rather just not see the Asian character if they're just going to be thrown in there for diversity cookie points.
In terms of things created by the West, they tend to have token characters. I think it's really great if they have 2 or 3. Asians specifically, they're typecasted a lot, and those are for nerds, ninjas, possibly evil people, which is not that great. I think what would be really good would be a character who, as someone who has this as part of their identity, but it doesn't define them, but it's also at the same time not an avoidable fact about them. I don't want someone to sit down and be like, I am here to create an Asian character. I want them to make a character who happens to be Asian.
So why does this all matter? What's so important about good representation? It's what shapes our dreams. It humanizes us. It's how we share our stories. It tells people we have a place in this world. It tears down the idea of the other. And most importantly, it's a sign that we matter. When I was a child, I asked why there were no Jewish elves. As an adult, I realized I'd have to make them.
I've watched a lot of bad romance movies. You know the ones I'm talking about. They were written for teenagers, but were actually made by completely out-of-touch Hollywood execs. Your classics. Twilight, The Kissing Booth, and the absolute worst one of them all, After. Now don't get me wrong, there are still a bunch of romance movies that I love to watch and will always go back to for comfort, but when it comes to the teen romance genre in general, it's pretty terrible. So I thought to myself, how do these movies even get made? I'm not asking why they get approved.